Michael Bonner is the best ever. And I want to thank him personally for being such a terrible person to me because I deserve it.
What's up?
Look at my
Great.
Welcome
I said 4
back.
words in, Jed. 4 words. That was the second. Look at my. No, that was the 4th word. We're good.
It was the fourth word.
Correct.
The
Actually, it
Michael
was the
Bonner
fifth.
ringtone lives on.
Thanks for tuning in to another episode of Wasted Local Talent. Jed's back.
Hey.
And
Forget
we're all
about it.
sad.
Sad.
No.
This week we had a few people. We had BDL, ChaseVibes, and Big Lee. Few dudes from around here that they're actually way younger than I thought. Thought
Some up and coming MCs.
Younger than you or just younger in general?
just younger in general. Just from like looking at Instagram and seeing like the amount of follows they have, the plays on their music, and these kids are like fresh out of high school, and the one is actually still in high school, like he's a senior.
That's
pretty
incredible.
pretty badass.
Yeah,
They're
real
just
badass.
really ambitious.
Exactly. So
Yeah.
Making moves I certainly was not making at that age. I was
Correct.
thinking about when, I was going to find a warm hole to relieve myself in. That was about as good as it got for me at that point in time.
Christ.
Which, by the way, did not happen. Yeah,
Until you were 25.
until I was 27. But anyways, don't we have some responsible things to
we've
do?
got to do some adulting because I'm lazy. I'm not lazy. The last 2 weeks, the 1 week I was actually sick and just didn't have the energy to record an intro. We forgot to do. And last week I was sitting in the studio and I did everything and then just did not do an intro because then I was like, yeah, whatever. But yeah, we've got some ads we've got to do for these businesses that gave us stuff for the Christmas giveaway. So yeah, let's go. Let's do it.
Much props goes out to Sculpted Living. Please check them out at sculptedliving.com. On Facebook, Sculpted Living. They're doing artisan home decor items in 3D printing for the modern man and modern woman. So please check them out at sculptedliving.com.
We also have Gypsy Atelier, and you can check them out on Instagram at Gypsy_Atelier. That's GYPSY_ATELIER. You can also see them on Facebook at Gypsy Atelier. They do event styling, floral designing, catering, crafting, and constructive things. Their Instagram's pretty awesome. You should check it out.
And we also have Ignite Variety Show. They're a touring burlesque and fire flow show. They do a lot of dance and acro yoga and other things. So go check them out sometime. Their website is ignitevariettyshow.com and then facebook.com/ignitevariettyshow. And then their Instagram is Ignite Variety Show.
And be on the lookout for a music video coming from my band, After Atlas, it's actually going to be choreographed by Ignite. So,
Ooh.
That's awesome.
Beautiful.
Oh, that's why
Can't
you
wait.
said I needed to bring Jess.
yes.
Okay.
But last and definitely least, we've got to thank you to Worst Kept Secret for their song Bender, for the use of Bender in our in our podcast here.
Shout out to Pat for shaving that head, boy.
Yeah, making a bold move.
He finally looks not like Sean's brother.
He's ready for dad mode now.
Oh, yeah.
Full blown.
He probably went and bought the New Balances, the jeans.
Grass cutting specials.
Yep.
The jean shorts.
The blue jeans, yep. The jean shorts.
White shirt with
White.
the reversible belt.
And shout out to Jared Miller's new mustache, which is starting to come into its own.
Yeah, he started growing that, and I was like, man, there's no way it's going to flourish. And it's actually, he looks like he should be in. Like, he posted the picture of him next to dude from Super Troopers, and that's what I was thinking the entire
It's
time.
starting to work.
Yeah.
It's starting to work. Shout out Worst Kept Secret, baby.
Yeah, check him out on Instagram and Facebook at Worst Kept Secret WV. Search for him on Spotify, iTunes, Bands in Town, all that stuff too. So,
Hashtag play Bender in 2019.
yeah, Bender 2019.
Boom.
So we'll go ahead and get to the episode, and I hope you enjoy it. This Gidden.
Okay, bye.
Okay.
Thank you.
What's up, everybody? I'm Daniel,
And I'm Chris Rad.
and today we're wasting our talent with.
I'm Liam Bigley.
I'm Braden, BDL Beats.
ChaseVibes.
All right.
Yeah.
So you guys, hip hop, like, are you guys conglomerate together, or are individual?
we all kind of do individual things. That and the thing is, we don't really have a genre either. I think
Okay.
you can't really put us in a box to say the least, because we kind of cover everything.
It was like one
Especially
night.
with him, yeah, because he
Yeah,
can do
man.
R&B stuff, he can do soul
yeah.
stuff, anything.
I do just about every genre. I just try everything. I like every genre.
Yeah, that's awesome.
I think that's a good way to do it. Like, not just stick to one thing, especially with multiple people. You guys do everything together, or is it?
It's we pretty much like all work together at the same time. But you know, if we find a certain sound, I guess one person's gonna work on it or whatever. Me and Liam, we have a lot of songs together, and it's just it's pretty much solo, but we all work together. That's how it goes.
Yeah. So like, you guys help each other make beats, the music, and then lyric.
Beats guy,
He's got
guy over here.
It's
Beats
the doctor
man.
back here.
Yeah.
He's the wizard. He's the tech. He got all that stuff.
He'll call me and be like, "Hey, slide through," and we'll show up. He has like 20 things already, all different. Chase is like, "All right, I want these two." I'll be like, "I want these two," and he's like, "All right, we're gonna do these four together," and we'll just like in 2 hours we'll make like 4 or 5 songs and just decide if we want them, trash them if we don't like them,
Yeah.
keep them.
That's
Just
dope.
get a lot done.
Just ride the wave.
That's the
Yeah,
that's
man.
the good thing about us. I think we're, in my opinion, from what I've seen from like other people, we're one of the better people at getting things done with the least amount of stress, the least amount of like having to meet a certain timeline.
Sure.
Because we're all super close with each other. You know what I mean? Like, we all know what we like. We all know how we act and how we do things, and I think it helps.
We
Yeah.
really just be having fun.
That's really all
I don't know how
it
else
is.
to say it.
Yeah,
That's the best thing about it. Like, don't stress yourself out too much. Like, by meeting deadlines. Like,
Exactly.
that's what sucks about like a label. They're like, you've got to meet this deadline by this time, so you've got to come up with this many songs by this time and pick from them. And it's like being able to work at your own pace and write
Yeah,
your own stuff.
We
you know,
got
it's
we got a feature coming in from somebody. He signed to Def Jam.
oh, nice.
He's but he's in a situation with his other label and stuff. So now we're just waiting on him to be ready and stuff like that.
That's pretty cool. Are you allowed to drop his name, or?
Leave me alone.
Leave me alone.
Is that in Florida?
Yeah,
Okay.
the Southern Florida.
I thought you were telling me to leave you alone.
Don't you be asking about this shit.
Might be.
Yeah, he's coming up. He's doing big things out there. So.
That's awesome. Say from Def Jam.
Yeah, he's signed with Death Jam and Ronnie J. Yeah, or Ronnie J as a co-sign.
In a nasty legal battle.
Probably.
Yeah.
With the labels. He
Yeah.
might have signed a couple of things. Who knows?
Yeah, it's
There's
not-
a lot of mumbo jumbo
Oh,
with that.
yeah. He's not.
tough.
He's not officially signed.
Yeah,
to them yet.
it's
but
it's a
he-
bigger group that he's having the legal problems with, and we would know the group, but we ain't gonna name drop.
Yeah, but
I think everybody knows
yeah, he's
it.
doing his thing. So he's not officially signed yet, but he's definitely on his way. He's going through the works and all that stuff.
Awesome.
He's on the come
Try-
up, and you got him on your guys' song.
Yeah, he's
Yeah,
gonna
me
be
and
coming
Liam
up.
have this song pretty loud. It was pretty fun making.
Oh yeah, we cut him loose. He started yelling into Mike.
Oh yeah. Are you called yourself like the hype guy? Are you bringing the rowdy more often
okay,
than
like
not?
he brings the lyrics. Now this man Chase, he can spit on anything. We'll put on Beethoven. He'll just sit there. But like I don't know. He put that on. I was like, I want to yell. He was like, yell. I was just like, 50s and 100s, just started yelling for no reason.
Yeah,
So you feel it though. You just go
Yeah.
for it,
Oh
man.
yeah, that was the whole goal for me. Like making that, I wanted something simple, but I wanted something that was like, okay, you're gonna feel this. Like
Right.
I want the energy to be there, and that was
Right.
kind of what I told him. I was like, we don't have to be quiet. Like, we
Yeah.
can let loose so you feel it. You know what I mean? Like that's the whole goal. If you can get someone to feel it and get an energy out of it, I think you hit your marker at that.
Oh,
If
yeah.
you can get someone to move, like it, anything like that, even if they dislike it, they still get some emotion out of it.
Right.
Yeah.
Which is, I think, the most important thing.
The worst thing is to get no reaction at all.
Exactly.
Just get something.
That's what I shoot for. At least when
Sure.
when I make beats or whatever, I'll try and just get something. I'll try and turn a head or something. You know what I mean?
And you guys having so much fun making the music probably comes through in the music.
Exactly.
Just
Yeah.
because the environment is so positive and everyone's just real stoked to
Good
be there.
vibes. It's great making stuff with your friends because then you're ready to try everything. You're not shy about trying something, and then that's what we find out what we're good at, and everything just goes and it comes out good some of the
Like,
time.
It falls in its place.
Yeah.
like a month ago, like if you listen to our music from like December, just as a comparison from December to now, it's like so much like different because like I really never made like music all crazy like that. Like he's been making stuff forever. I really haven't, and like I like back then it was like the simple like 4 words per verse, like it was just
Right.
like da 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 da. And like now you play something that's like there's a little more flow to it, but
Right.
like
Everyone, you get a little more
yeah,
confidence.
you like you just like learn a lot. You try new stuff. Like,
Sure. It's all about being comfortable in there, and then you can do those kinds of things.
Exactly.
I remember-
I think with him, that's the thing. Just getting him comfortable with,
Yeah.
with a certain sound or trying to shoot for something. I
Well,
Yeah,
you
man,
should
I
never
make
be able to
Liam
want
sing
to.
all the time. He gets annoyed when I
Yeah.
sing.
The thing is, without him, I don't think he would be the same person.
Oh my
Because
God,
they
no.
bounce so many ideas off of each other,
Yeah.
and both their creative aspects are different. But
Different
whenever
sides of the brain, it's all coming
when
together.
When you put it together, and then you can orchestrate it however,
Yeah.
it falls into place and it
That's
works.
awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, having that
That's right.
especially that chemistry between the two of you, being able to bounce those ideas off each other. Because I know whenever I write, I get stuck in like a funk just by myself. But then you bring in even just one other person that has like kind of an idea of what you're trying to do, and they can be like, "Well, you can change that or try this, that." Having like almost like a producer, but he's also like working with you. So that makes it really nice. So I'm
Definitely.
sure.
It helps.
Yeah, see, when we were recording like one of our songs, and like I had my verse, but I didn't finish it, and I was like, I need to think, Chase, like you go do your thing. He hops up on here, he did a little vibe, and he comes in, and we kick in and rip it. I was like, oh my god, I gotta change my whole end up real fast. I changed my whole end.
So how long have you guys been working together?
Oh Lord.
All right, so I moved back here about a year or two ago. Probably about 2 years from Mississippi. I moved down there for a short amount of time. Worst decision ever. Worst. Terrible. But as soon as I came back, I was like dipping and dabbing in music in Mississippi and stuff, trying to make my own stuff. But I didn't have the producer and stuff to make everything sound good. And then when I got here, they was telling me about this guy Braden who makes beats and stuff. And I was like, all right. And then I hit him up. He sent me some beats, and I was like, all right, I'll be over there soon because they were fire.
And the rest was history. with that
Oh
one.
yeah.
But I've only been doing it for about a year.
Oh, wow.
So, yeah, I pretty much hit the ground running.
And you're just DIY, you just got some programs, some software, and
Yeah,
just
man,
figured it out on
I
yourself?
Started out with GarageBand. We were kind of like, that was one of my things too. I didn't really have an interest or like a goal or trying to do anything with music.
Right.
It was just kind of like in my free time. I'd run
Sure.
into it, kind of mess around with it. And then I was like, oh, okay, well, this might working. And I had a Blue Yeti at the time and just messing around with friends, letting them do whatever.
Yeah, they got some crazy songs
yeah.
that they had at first.
Yeah,
I was at
crazy
his house
stuff.
after wrestling practice sophomore year, and he was like, here, you want to like hop on this or something? I was like, what is this? He just explained to me as GarageBand. I had no clue what that was before.
Right.
And then he was like, here, I'm gonna press this, and you just like say something, and it was maybe the worst thing I ever did.
Terrible.
I
He's
put it
not
on
lying.
SoundCloud. It was so terrible. I don't know why I did. I took it down like a month later, and then I just like was like, all right, yeah, I can't make music. That was when Uzi was real big. C note was like one of those, yeah. Like, it was like one of the. It wasn't like one of those things.
Before I started with Braden and stuff, I was like, at the end of the day, everything probably just started with rapping. And I would make stuff myself. And once I realized I was getting a certain amount of numbers on like SoundCloud, started off like your typical SoundCloud rapper, started making numbers. I was like, maybe I should start doing this for real. And then me and Braden started dropping music, and SoundCloud, they were getting thousands of views. So we were like, okay. So we dropped some stuff on Apple, Spotify, all platforms, and they started doing a couple thousand views too. And it was just, we were like, all right, shoot.
There might be a little something here. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hell
So
yeah.
I hear that thrown around a lot. That SoundCloud rapper, like
Yeah.
what, like, and to me, whenever it's thrown around, it's more like a derogatory thing. Like,
Not really derogatory. It's just the fact that SoundCloud is mostly nonprofit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Right.
And then everybody can have a SoundCloud. Not everybody can get on all platforms and stuff
Yeah.
with it. But
Yeah,
so it's
everybody
more
can
just
be
like a
on
basic,
SoundCloud.
like
A lot of people on SoundCloud, there's really good people on SoundCloud that started out. And then some people just come on there with jokes and stuff, making it seem like it's downplayed and stuff. So
Yeah.
Okay.
I love SoundCloud. Though.
I hate when
Yeah.
people say like, "Oh, you're a SoundCloud." Right? Okay, yeah, but everybody starts somewhere.
Means I work hard, make my own
Yeah.
shit, and
Yeah.
independently put out my shit.
Exactly.
Not
Yeah,
everybody
yeah.
has-
Fuck me, right?
Exactly. Not
How
everybody
dare
has
I
money.
put my
Yeah.
music out?
Yeah.
Not
So
everybody
if
can
you use
pay
it-
to just like start out on Apple because it does
Right.
cost money to pay.
Oh,
for
yeah.
certain
Digital
things.
distribution is expensive.
Oh, it'll get pricey.
Yeah,
real
for
But
fast.
like, especially if you don't know if it's gonna go anywhere. Like if you put it on SoundCloud and you're getting like 200 plays, think about that in perspective of if I put that on Apple, dropped this much money and only got 200 plays. Like you're getting nothing out of it.
Right.
If you put something on SoundCloud, you see you're getting plays. Why not spend a little bit
Yeah.
of money to maybe make some money off it? Maybe not, but at least
Right.
you tried. Like,
Right.
You never know what's
Right.
gonna happen.
And that's the beautiful thing about SoundCloud, in my opinion.
Right.
You don't have to pay any membership.
Yeah, you just test the waters, put it out
Test
there.
everything.
That, and especially if you link it properly and you promote it properly,
Sure.
all your friends and stuff like that. are
All the
gonna see
social
it.
media, it's so easy to get to. One click away. Here, check this out.
Yeah,
Boom.
like it started off with like friends and stuff supporting, but then once I seen my plays and where they come from, so me and Braden dropped our first 2 songs on Apple and stuff, and then there was thousands of plays, and we were wondering where they came from. And once I got access to my Apple Artist account, it showed that most of the plays aren't even from Morgantown; they're from New York City, and it's just it goes global, man. Like
Oh, yeah.
I have plays in Canada. I was like, who bumps me? In Canada? India, I had a couple players in India, and I was like, man, what are these Indians bumping to? I like that.
Yeah, that's the same thing with like the podcasting stuff. Like starting off, you get like most of it like in West Virginia. And now it's like most of it's still in West Virginia, about like 75%, but then a lot of it's in California. And there's a bunch of it overseas. It's like, it's West
so
Virginia.
weird that they're getting down in Great Britain on independent artists out of
like,
West Virginia.
Yeah,
you
it's
know?
kind of cool to see. Like, it's not just people in West Virginia trying to find out about it. It's like people all over the world.
It's
Like,
just
you know,
like a little small thing I dropped on SoundCloud. I had like 5 plays in like Tanghao, Japan. I was like, Japan. I was like,
Yeah.
I was like, oh.
God bless the internet, man. Just putting it
There's a
out there.
blessing and
Everyone's
a
got a
curse.
platform, and when you're being creative, that's a good thing.
I just think it's also kind of cool just to like think about how much it moved around. Like, okay,
Oh.
yeah, like this is West Virginia. This is Morgantown, West
Right.
Virginia. Most people west don't even know West Virginia is still a thing. Like,
Right.
they
Man,
think it's
people
West Virginia.
people in Philadelphia don't know West Virginia is a
oh,
thing.
you live Western Virginia.
Yeah,
Western
Western
Virginia.
Virginia.
Is that
No,
close
no.
to Richmond?
Yeah.
It's like, nah, man. Like, not at all.
Hit I-79.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah, it blows my mind. Like I've been in bands and toured all over the
Oh,
East
my
Coast, and
God.
it's like Western Virginia. Like you get the same thing like all over the place. Like it's crazy how many people don't know that it's its own state. Like, it just blows my mind.
Take history class, people.
Yeah, I know.
That's
Right?
it. It's funny you say that because we played this show last summer in Bristol, Connecticut, which is where ESPN is based out of. And this guy who introduced us, he was like, "This next band is from Virginia," and I wasn't like an asshole about it. But afterwards, I was like, "You keep telling everybody we're from Virginia." I was like, "We're from West Virginia," and he was like, "Yeah, Virginia, West Virginia. What's the difference?" And I was like, "Well, man, there was this thing called the Civil War."
Really small piece of history.
Yeah, just a
Yeah,
little.
it's
You might have heard of it.
Something like 1863 when we became a state.
Good
like, no
God.
big deal.
We're the rednecks who live in West Virginia, but you're never going to tell me a state I never heard of. Come on.
Crazy.
But yeah, haters.
Man,
Going
they-
back a little bit, whenever you guys were talking about like kind of how your podcast has been growing,
Yeah.
it's actually really cool because I actually really respect what you guys do because
Thank
you
you.
guys put
I appreciate
on
it.
for a lot of people that just want attention. Not really want attention to say,
But they're doing
to
something.
grow.
They're
Yeah,
making
exactly.
moves. Yeah, they're
Exactly.
trying to do something.
Exactly. So it's definitely cool to see someone here trying to support
do
community.
something different, man.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And
Do
you guys
something
are
different.
like he said, you guys are out of the box. You know what I mean? Like you guys are doing something unique that honestly I don't think you have
A
any
lot of people
competition
can't
here.
do. A lot of people
Exactly.
can't do this.
Exactly.
It's
So,
all
I mean,
it's based
that's awesome.
on like there's no not a lot of promotion in West Virginia in general for artists businesses that you're not going to pay out the ass for like radio or a billboard or like newspaper, like even newspaper articles, dude. Whenever I had my business like a venue, like dude, newspaper articles running for one ad spot was hundreds of dollars. It blows my mind.
Radio
So-
ads like $1 a second.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
It's bad.
this is just 100% free promotion. You don't pay for anything. We put it out. and that's what it's here for. So
Plug whatever you want to plug.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
Like
No.
if you've got like a premium Snapchat you want to drop, like go for it. We don't care.
Whatever, man. Yeah, you
Man,
can promote
y'all check
whatever
me
you
out
want.
on all platforms. Chase Vibes, man. Chase Vibes.
I hear you.
You'll find me.
That's awesome.
Yeah, and we'll link all of your social media in the description below the episode too. That way everybody can just click and it'll take you right to your pages too. That way they don't have to like sift through the episode and find out and like type it in and shit. So make it a little
Brag.
bit easier.
We like to talk about a lot on this show about how creative people and artists in this state are kind of the artistic underdogs.
Yeah.
That's kind of a theme that runs through all of our episodes to an extent. What do you guys just think about that in general? Do you consider yourself being a little bit of an underdog because you come out of a place like West Virginia that may not be?
He's got an answer. He's got an answer.
Yeah, get it.
People eager for this one.
Man, people downplay us all the time, but once they see these numbers and stuff, they can't really deny it.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of people that are downplayed here because we're in West Virginia, but there's tons of good people that are way better than your famous person here too.
Oh yeah.
Like tons of them.
Like there's a lot of people I know that make music that should be getting a lot more numbers than they should.
For sure.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
But that all comes with marketing, promoting, working.
And some luck. Sometimes
Some
Oh
luck.
yeah.
Oh yeah.
life kicks your ass and you're maybe not able to push your awesome creation as far as you wanted to. I mean, you fall in all these traps as an artist.
Yeah, it's
And you need a little luck. Sometimes your shit gets in the hands of the right person who's able to get a lot of exposure on that in a very short amount of time. So, I mean, but working hard, it's all about just keep grinding.
Yeah.
Believe in what you made and just getting it out there. I'm going to be handing download cards out to anybody and anybody.
exactly. That's like one thing I think that's one of my main focuses is making sure all our ducks are in line. You know what I mean? Making sure our quality's good, making sure we're putting out the right things at the right time, all that kind of stuff. Making sure everything's in place to be set up for success. And then, the thing is, I don't know that. I don't know when it's going to do. So it's a lot of trial and error trying to figure out how you want to play these things out.
Yeah,
right?
like we dropped 2 songs. I said one of them's probably hip hop. The other one's definitely R&B for sure.
Yeah.
And the R&B one did way more numbers than the hip hop one. So we just,
But I know we have stuff too.
Yeah, for
like
sure.
that's hip hop that's gonna destroy.
Then we got,
R&B
like,
stuff. So
alternative
it's
type
crazy.
stuff.
It's weird.
Right.
alternative. He likes to get into the rock sometimes. You know what I'm saying?
So crazy, yeah.
Screaming.
But that's the thing though. You really just gotta try a little bit of everything.
Like,
Sure.
music
Because
is
there's
art.
a lot of stuff that I like that we did, and I was just like, why do we do that? And then you just like put it out as a guest, and it gets more plays than the stuff you were like, man, I love this. Like, like you don't know what people like. Anybody could like anything.
Isn't
But as long
that
as
some
you like
shit?
it,
Like you're hanging out and you're like, especially when you're putting your music together for a show, it's like, all right, we got these songs. What are we going to play? What order are we going to play them? And everyone kind of gets a vibe. Well, this should crush. This has got a lot of energy.
Yeah.
And then sometimes you go out and it's the song that you never thought was going to do anything. And that
Right.
becomes the fucking
It's
banger.
like your opener.
Yeah. When you don't play it, motherfucker might throw something.
like we made 2 songs, right? And like I really, really like the one. I still really like the other one.
Which one?
Love Disguise and Pain. Like I love Pain.
yeah.
I love this guy.
Yeah, no, they love Disguise, right? And I put out Pain. I was like, man, this one's definitely gonna be better than the other one. And then like I checked the stats, and Love Disguise has like 3,000 more plays than the other one. I was like, oh my god.
Dude.
That's how it goes though, bouncing ideas off each other. You know?
You just got to keep throwing it at the wall until everything starts sticking.
And
Just
Liam,
keep coming.
Liam hasn't really dropped anything yet other than on SoundCloud, but he has something dropping the 22nd?
20th.
The 20th? It's called Let Me Talk. He sent me it, and he was like, I want you to be on this song. And he sent me the first verse, and I was like, bro, that's the hardest shit I've heard. You got to just do that yourself. I don't want to get on there.
No, like, I
Make me look
Because like I know if I can have him on a song, it's like like he turns songs that I make that don't really sound good into something crazy just
Right.
because it's just how he is. But
Some complementary strengths at work.
but I also like personally don't like how I sound half the time.
Yeah.
Half the time I'm like, okay, I don't even like that, and they're like, no, like it's actually kind of
And
nice.
he
And then everybody-
ended up like destroying this song, completely making it too lit. I was like, oh my goodness. I listen to it on a daily. It hasn't come out yet, but I got it on my phone. I listen to it on the daily all the time.
And that's what's cool about him too, because he's not like a pushover by any stretch. You know what I mean? Like if someone comes up and sets a bar fucking high,
Right.
it's a fire under his ass now. Because
Right.
now he wants to be top dog
Yeah.
too. You know what I mean?
Right.
Or he at least wants to make the playing field a little bit more even.
Right.
So,
I'm not going to get punked on this track
Exactly,
here. Like,
yeah.
they're going to know I'm here. They're going to know I'm here.
He outchose me every single time, and that's what I think makes me sound a little bit better. Is because if he goes first,
Yeah.
I'm like, damn, hold on, let me backspace all this, let me rewrite something else,
yeah.
and then I think of something, I try and match it, and it's just.
It flows together.
It goes to like a build up. Like he'll come out hard. I'll try and come out harder, but it's like around the same. And then he goes faster, and then I go faster, and then it just kind of like levels itself out by the end. It just like works out.
That's a pretty cool way of doing that. Like,
It's just
just
like
back and forth, back and forth.
yeah, it's like we don't say it, but there's always at least some kind of
It's a
competition.
little competition. It's a little competition. It's all love at the end of the day.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Like it's friendly. Like we ain't beef.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
this ain't no beef.
Yeah,
We
yeah,
just be
yeah.
messing around. But
Right. It's how the same way teammates in a sports team would push each other to be great, to be better, dare
it's
to
be
be
like
better.
he dropping 20. I gotta drop 23. Like
Right.
it's like one of those.
Not get punked out in the weight room here.
But we all know who the basketball player in here is.
I can't hoop. They have like an open gym on Thursday night, and we started going a little bit. And he went in there. He dropped like 30 some points. Right. I was like 2 for 10 on shots, but I did get a far 3. That's all I'm saying.
But we need you clogging the lane and grabbing some boards,
it off
though.
the back
You got a role to play.
I had about
post
10
up,
fouls,
son.
bro. I had about 10 fouls.
Well, that's it. Easy. I mean, we'll let them call that shit all day, but they're taking it back out. There's going to be no easy cuts to the hoop here. The goon.
When he was sitting up there, he was like jumping through the legs, trying to throw himself oops, and I'm just like sitting there shooting box shots and missing, like barely making layups.
That's how I am anymore, man. I played basketball all through middle school and high school. But 3 years ago, I finally went out again after almost 10 years of not playing. Like free throws, I couldn't even make the fucking rim. I was like, I don't know if it was like depth perception or what, but man, I couldn't couldn't even hit the damn rim anymore.
That's all
It's like, man.
inconsistency.
Yeah.
That's all inconsistency.
I don't hoop. I played football. That was my thing. My dad was like, "You're too big to be playing basketball." And he just need to play football.
What position did you play?
I was a right tackle. They kind of put me wherever I was needed at the
Yeah.
point. Like
Just a mauler.
I played right
He used
tackle.
to be
Coach
trucking
was like,
people
"Hey,
over.
got to figure out left tackle because they were getting hit
Especially
from the
this
left." I was
year.
like, all right.
This year he was
This
throwing
year he
people
was
around on a
everywhere.
bad foot. I was
Bro,
like,
yeah,
oh
no,
my goodness.
I had like a fracture in the middle of my foot the entire season. The doctor was like, "You can't play anymore." I was like, "This is my senior season. I'm not playing in college. I'm playing my last 4 games. Like
Right.
that's happening."
Right.
So I got this like custom fit steel plate for my cleat and slid it in there. My foot wouldn't bend at all, and I walked so weird, but I still played every
Still
game.
played.
Right. Nice.
You guys are young. Shit.
Yeah, man.
And so I just turned 18.
Damn. Man, I'm fucking old. Jesus Christ. I'm fucking 33 over here. Like,
The old heads. That's what we do.
so how old are how you're 18.
Just turned 18.
I'm 18 in 2 months.
18.
Well, if I told you, I have to kill you.
That's fair. That's fair. I got you.
Look, I got college girls out there. I can't.
There you go. So you're 21, right?
Yeah,
That's what I heard.
22.
That's what I heard. 22. There you go.
He's legal.
Legal tender. It's all you need to know.
All joke.
It's awesome. Oh Lord, that's rad.
So you got something coming out. What else is going on with some release? I mean, what can you talk about if you can talk about it?
He's working on an album. I'm just still kind of making sure quality's good, kind of mixing everything, getting all that stuff squared away. Just still kind of doing my
Yeah.
daily ritual of making pizza.
I got an album coming.
God bless you, dude.
Got an
try.
album coming. I'm just trying to figure out the track list. We have like hundreds of songs.
Yeah,
man.
we
I'm
got
just
a
trying to figure
lot.
out the track list and how everything fits together. It should be dropping around next month or so. But I've been dropping singles and singles. You go check those out. ChaseVibes on everything. Just been dropping singles to build up to the album, setting certain points for like plays. If I get a certain amount of plays in a couple weeks, I'll drop a single. Just stuff like that.
Nice. Do you have a title for the album yet, or is that still kind of waiting to see how it all comes together.
I was feeling coffee house vibes. I'm just
He's
saying.
feeling coffee house vibes. I was feeling heartache hill.
Ooh,
Yeah.
I like Heartache Hill.
Yeah, I made that up.
I like that.
Something that catches the attention, honestly.
Yeah,
It's
that's good.
But like every name for everything we've really kind of thought of in the matter of 4 seconds. Like
Yeah.
like we finished the song. Braden's like, "What do you want to name it?" I was like, "Pain all caps with a period." Like just random. It's like, "Why'd you pick that?" I was like, "That's just what came to my head." Like
That's how I'm feeling. That's what I was seeing while we were doing it.
That's
and like whenever
honestly
Let Me
one of-
Talk came down, I was like, or not, it hasn't came out yet. But whenever we like made it and like he was putting the name in, I wanted to put like 3s and like these numbers for things. And he was like, "Listen, he's like, people are gonna try and look that up, and you're not gonna get any plays." He's like, "Just
Man.
Yeah,
just
Not
keep it
gonna
simple."
find
That's the hardest song, bro. Like, I can't wait till that comes out. I'm proud of you on that one. That's a hard song.
Is that on your release?
That's
It's
the
gonna-
release that's
it's
coming
the
out.
20th.
20th?
Nice.
Yeah, someone.
Actually, let me look at the calendar real quick, actually. Go ahead, sorry.
It's coming up. That's for sure.
Yeah, it's
your
week
guys'
after next.
Yeah, your guys' episode is going to release on the 21st or the day after that. So
Oh, yeah.
Right.
Beautiful.
Go check that out,
Yeah,
yeah.
check out that.
Let me talk.
Play it right now. Get it right now.
if I can get off my lazy ass and stop playing video games, it might come out on the 20th. We might just drop it on the 20th for you. Give you some promotion there.
yeah,
You
Look
go.
at that guy.
I know this is irrelevant. Well, what games do you play? Like
Resident
Eight-
Evil
Resident
2,
Evil.
bro.
The new Resident
I
Evil.
got the
Resident
I
Evil
got that
2
on
has
my
been
Xbox.
fucking our shit up.
Yep.
Listen, those games like honest to God scare the shit out of me. Like
Oh,
I
they're
can't.
my
I can't,
favorite.
Y'all
I
ever
can't do
play
that all the time.
Outlast?
Oh, dude. Oh, my God.
Oh my goodness. That game used to make me so mad.
I have never, like, it. Oh, my God.
It's scary. It's genuinely
It's
scary.
That and just it's so intense because like you get that like I'm being chased, and
And
you're
you
like
are
you're-
getting chased.
it is it's like oh my God, and then getting Resident Evil like the newest one in VR, so like Resident Evil 7.
Oh, Lord. That's a good way to have a heart attack.
Dude, yeah, it was intense, and I thought that was pretty bad. But then my brother got an Oculus and downloaded Paranormal Activity, the game. Now it sounds like the shitty movie, dude. It's nothing like it, and it's the way they did the audio in it with the headset on. Like you could hear stuff that was like really far behind you. Stuff would come up and just whisper in your ear, dude. It was. I've got videos of my brother actually of him playing it, and he would he was fine, and he was like kind of creeping around. He started shaking. And then he screamed and fell to the floor and ripped the headset off because, dude, it was so intense. Like you thought Outlast was crazy. Like this is 1,000 times
Another
worse.
level.
No, I remember the last time I played Resident Evil was probably in 6th grade, and we had one of those big box TVs, like the real big box TVs. We had one of those, and my dad had he had surround sound hooked up, and it was like the living room outside of my room. So I was sitting there playing. I was playing Resident Evil or something. I kept hearing something. I was tweaking because I was turning around. I was like, "Hold on, why is it around me?" I forgot there was surround sound.
Yeah.
I don't play games like that
Tripping
because
out.
of that.
Yep.
I stick with Apex and Fortnite.
Yep. I play a lot of Fortnite. I dabble in Apex, but like typically there's 4 of us. So like
Yeah.
I'm usually like over over in
That
Fortnite
happens
doing
to
that
us.
because
See, he hates Fortnite. He
lost
just
me.
deleted
Oh,
it.
Did you?
Completely.
But,
I think he raged and
They
deleted
lost.
it one day.
Nah.
And he won't download it back now.
that game just got too good. Everyone just picked
no,
up. on
everyone got
everything.
too
So I was
good.
like,
Game's amazing.
"Alright,
Yeah.
I'll go back to my multiplayer games on like Black Ops and like 2K.
That's
you
the
go,
thing
yeah.
about like the creators of Fortnite is they're just so smart with the way they market things.
Yeah.
They have things
Oh,
so
dude,
up
they're
to date. They
geniuses.
update every week. They literally put what people like. They did a live concert. Like what other
oh
game
yeah,
has done that?
that blew my mind. Like
Wow,
that whole
that
live
was-
thing.
How they
Astonishing.
pushed that.
Like I'll
Yeah.
keep the game on my system just because
Just for-
it's
just for
that
that,
cool.
yeah.
If I want to play, I know it's that up to date. But like
Yep.
Apex by far is like my go-to right now, just because. I mean, for one, I'm trying to get good at it before everybody else does. but two, I mean, it's just like Halo, COD, and Fortnite put together. It's
Yeah.
like all the games I grew up playing and stuff.
Yeah,
like
exactly.
I
yeah.
wouldn't play it until about. I got an Xbox a couple weeks ago. I had a PlayStation for the longest, and I wouldn't play it. Liam was like, "You got to download it. You got to download it." I'm like, "Man, I'm not downloading that. I hate that game."
Listen,
And
this
then I
man
got
hates.
good at it, and now I play it all
the time.
day.
all every game that he is not good at to start. Like,
Oh, yeah.
Fortnite came out, he was like, bro, this game's trash. I'm never playing it. And now he'd be like, yo, get on Fortnite. I just got 5 kills. I'm like, oh, boy.
That's like Apex to me is like that mix of like Call of Duty and like Titanfall.
Yeah.
Like I love
Yeah.
Titanfall.
Titanfall. Oh my
love
goodness.
Titanfall.
Fan of that one.
And it was like the solid like mix. I love playing the game, but the issue that I run in is there's only 3. There's typically like 4 of us online. We could do it like jump in like 2, but I don't like playing with random people, so I don't do it by myself. I'd rather play with like people that I want to talk to because I don't, 9 times out of 10 you jump in a random lobby and the other 2 people are in a party themselves or they're 12 years old and yelling into the microphone. That's so annoying.
Foul party.
Yeah.
That's the beauty of the game, though, is that they put that ping system in there, so you don't even need to have a mic to play that game.
Oh, yeah.
In all honesty, you can literally make any call you would say.
Yeah,
to a
they
random
talk.
person.
Yeah.
Just
They talk for you.
about it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Like if one of them sees an enemy, like their player will just be like, "Oh, they're right here. They're aiming at you."
Rather if your team
All right.
follows it or not, you got it.
Fortnite just added that. They straight stole it.
No, they
Man,
steal
I
everything.
don't understand how copyright isn't a thing with these games.
Bro.
Yeah, with like features.
At the end of the
Yeah.
day, I'm pretty sure all those ideas came from like H1Z1 or something. Right?
Oh, yeah.
H1Z1, man, I would have been sued.
Or like Battlefield was out
Battlefield.
here. They were
Yeah.
gonna drop a battle royale. They were
I
talking
didn't
about
think
how it
about
has
that.
planes. What came out in Fortnite next week?
Planes.
Planes. You were driving around, right?
Yep.
That planes used to make me mad.
They get the ping system.
I'm so happy they took those out.
for real.
Fuck the plane.
Too fake. Too fake. They just hopping out shooting.
Oh,
Bro, I
Get
was
on,
one of
the,
those.
get on the wing of the plane and start shooting, and then hop back in the driver's seat. Like, come on,
Bro,
man.
he hated playing with me because I love those planes. Like I'd be sitting there spinning around. I'd be
Yeah.
running into people, killing them for no reason. Like it was just.
Yeah, then they went and updated it to where like you used to be able to just like fly through buildings. Then they changed it to where you'd crash into the building and you wouldn't go through it.
Yeah, then there was no
And
point
I didn't
in
know, and I was like trying to, I just get dicked on. I'm like, why is this going through? And I kept doing it, not realizing that they updated it to where you can't.
That's how Big League gets me killed every time. Going into buildings with the plane, thinking it's going through. It's not going through.
When it comes to video games, it may be a team game in squads, but I am
doesn't
a
play teams.
no. I'm a very lone wolf
doesn't
guy
play
with that.
teams.
If he finds a gold scar and he doesn't pick it up fast enough, that's mine. That's my gold scar.
You're one of those. Yeah, you're the type of person that I rage quit whenever I play with. Like,
I cuss him
found
out.
that
I
son of
cuss
a-
him out every time. I swear. I
He's
cuss him
also
out.
one of those guys too, where if you're in a fight and he finds a fucking 4-wheeler or a plane, he's fucking on the other side of the map.
He's gone.
He's just like,
I figured
I'm
out
cool.
how
got a few
Yeah.
friends like that.
I figured out how to glide with those 4-wheelers where you just
Oh,
rip
yeah,
the
you
stick
just-
down.
Oh,
bro, they'll be sitting here shooting. I'm flying over top of them, just moving around. He's like, bro, are you going to shoot? I was like, I'm kind of doing
Nowhere
backflips right
near
now.
Oh Lord, that's
Chris over here doesn't play either of those, Apex
Really?
or Fortnite.
No,
God.
sorry guys.
Hey,
Sorry.
I'm glad there's someone else.
He's not with it either.
Yeah, I'm more of a Madden guy. You know what I mean?
You're
Okay.
the man.
I love
I'm more of a Madden guy.
Madden.
I'm addicted to the franchise mode because I
Yeah,
like
that's
to
fun.
build the team and then see
play
where it
2K?
is.
2K over here. If anybody wants to gamble, hit me up. You know.
He was actually nationally ranked in 2K. I didn't believe it. He
He's
made
dirty.
like a solid $1,500 off playing people in 2K, and I was like, no, you didn't. He
He's
pulled up the
dirty.
bank statements and everything. I was like, are you serious? Like,
Man, I love that game,
He's
man.
another level.
But it's terrible. They messed it up now. But
It's pretty bad.
I still play it for some money. You can play me for some money if you want.
I know better than to play any of them in any sports game because if I play him in UFC, I'm gonna get pissed. Like I get so mad whenever I play him in UFC.
He's
And if
got
I
those
play him
sticks. He's
in
got that
any-
timing down.
Oh yeah. Like the only game they can't hold me in is NHL. That's
That
all
and
I'm
I
saying.
can.
And nobody
I can-
plays that anyway.
I kind of understand the sport too. so.
Yeah, and he boxes. That's his thing.
Well, he's got you beat. He sees it differently. It's not even
I
fair.
got different views.
Man, I always tell them, don't come over here with that boxing stuff because I'm kicking. That's what I do.
Yeah, keep
That's
him
my
at bay.
thing.
Keep him
I
at
kick in the
bay.
face, all types of stuff, man.
I'm gonna leg kick the fuck out of you.
I wouldn't worry so much about the hands. I'll be watching his feet, what they're doing.
No, like I'll be sitting here, I'll be like, it's X triangle, like it's X, Y, like all that, and he's like, no, it's a 1-2. It's like, no, I just know like the combos. He knows like the actual moves and be
Yeah.
trying them.
I'll be like, dude, if you fucking hit this guy with an overhand,
He's like, bob your head to the left when he does that. I'm just like, is that the right stick? He's like, no, just bob his head. He knows exactly what I'm talking about.
that's awesome.
Video game life.
Yeah.
Gotta
yeah.
love it. Gotta
I don't
love
know
it.
where I'd be without it.
Yeah, I need to get away from it so I can get some work done.
I was
I
really
hear
good.
it.
It
That's
didn't
all of
play.
us. That's all of us, man.
I took like a week off from Resident Evil after I finally beat the Leon story, and I'm doing the Claire second run through, and man, they just throw you right in that shit. Like there's
kinda
no
hard,
lube, like you are right in the mix. You start out with 3 fucking shots and some shitty ass pistol that's killing.
Well, there wasn't
nothing.
enough ammo in the first run through. Then you get to the second one. You think they're going to give you more?
No, bro. It's
going
brutal. It's brutal. Game gives me anxiety. Like the Tyrant, when the Tyrant, have you played this shit when it chases you
Listen,
around?
I'm scared of this game. Like, I don't know how else to say. I'm generally scared to play
They
games
killed
like that.
it. They
at that,
killed it
Liam.
when they show them.
I know you like that.
Oh, dude, I was looking at it when I came in here.
Anime freak over here.
All right, calm down.
You're into tentacle porn.
No. Yeah, he is. Pause. Chase, you better shut your ass up. I'm only a foot away from you. But I'm saying, no. I will watch a little Naruto and stuff. Okay, I did make an album. Look,
The album cover for 50s and 100s. I was like, what the fuck? It's
like,
an
why would you
anime
do that?
girl with like fucking
She's
black
bad.
and white.
Yeah, she was bad. I definitely
See?
Nothing wrong.
I was like, that's a real professional look we're shooting for right there.
No, like freshman year, I bought this app for $7 because I didn't want to fail my photography class. And
You stay talking about that app.
No,
Yep.
it's the
That's his
best
favorite
app ever.
app.
Like he thinks it's the devil because you can literally go inside of someone's face and like spin it around. Like you can do whatever
It does
you
some
want on this app.
Crazy shit, though. I'll give him that.
And he thinks it's the devil, but
What?
Don't name
I
it.
don't
Don't
know.
name it.
I don't know if I
Don't
like
name
the
it.
sound
No
of
free
that.
promo.
I don't know if I like the sound of that at all.
it's really just a photo editing app. But
You
they
can
make
do-
it sound like it's crazy. You can do anything on there.
It's
I
like
can-
a off-brand Photoshop kind of.
Liam's
Or like
evil.
it's like a mixture between Photoshop and like After Effects. How you
with,
can, like,
with a
make
little
shit
bit of
move.
Satan.
Yeah,
a little bit of Satan.
He's evil.
But like that's what I made with it, just messing around.
Like as
So your
I was-
premium Snapchat's lit then. It's 3 times as big there.
I think I was mixing that song.
Yeah.
And you were just you was
He was
sitting on my
mixing.
bed.
I
and
said,
was
"Look at
fucking-
this."
I don't let Liam make my artwork. I don't.
Do you have a waifu pillow? I mean,
No,
you sure? Yeah.
no,
Nothing wrong with it. Nothing wrong with it.
no.
Oh Lord.
I'm not even like I don't even like watch anime like all that. I just like
Right.
like I'll watch
You
like,
like the art.
Naruto and like
Right.
like
don't think
Seven
it's
Deadly
anything
Sins.
wrong
I like the concept of putting it in like a promotion video or something. I do.
Yeah.
We do stuff like that all the time. We make Braden do it because you know that's our tech guy.
That's
but
right. Shout out, Braden.
we give him
Wizard.
an idea. He'll chef it up
I made
somehow.
I used the Goofy movie.
Oh,
that's
it
dope.
was so hard.
Classic.
for
I
voicemail.
muted all that. And he's like Max with the girl. And like at concerts and shit like that.
Oh, yeah.
I chopped it all up and muted it with like a TV green screen effect, so it fades in, and there's all kind of like different colors and shit like that, and,
That's
pretty
cool.
dope.
and just
Yeah.
kind of like a promo preview kind of thing.
Yeah.
Slapped it out through
Something that grabs people's attention. I
Yeah.
do that. I used to do that
Here's
with
some
like
colors.
Videos.
Here's some animation.
Something.
I've used stuff like from Saving Private Ryan to what's that one? Armageddon.
Yeah,
Just a bunch of random, just like because all the stuff that I write's very like emotional based. I try to use like war as like a visual kind of
Which is-
medium to kind of show like what I'm trying to portray. So like any kind of like war movies or like space stuff, I
Yeah.
dig on that. So yeah,
Here,
definitely.
Braden. I don't even think I showed you this.
Holy shit! No, you didn't.
That's crazy. Look,
Like
this is
that.
our last 7 days stats right here. I didn't know
Damn.
what was going on. That's crazy.
Yeah, that's awesome.
That's awesome as hell.
That is awesome. Germany, U.S., Canada, Germany. That's just the top 3. That's
Yeah,
just
man.
the top 3. Yeah, man. Just the technology is great because it lets someone who wants to do something, they can. Now there's no excuses. Now,
Exactly.
if
Now
you
it's
want
just do
if
it.
you want to make music, you can either get your ass on YouTube and figure out how to work this shit.
Man, you could do anything on technology.
Or you could
Anything
hook
you
up
want.
with a wizard.
Yeah, thank
and
God
he
for
can
Braden.
and he
Thank
can
God
take
for
care of
Braden.
you.
Just don't be scared to do whatever you want to do. That's
Yeah.
all you got to do.
So what you said you started on GarageBand. What do you use now?
Logic Pro.
Logic Pro. That's what we use here.
Fucking GarageBand on steroids.
Oh yeah, that's exactly what it is. Like it's awesome. Like that's because that's how I started. It's like my Mac. I got GarageBand for free, which is dope. Like you get a Mac, you get it for free.
pretty good, yeah.
And I was helping out in a studio, and for helping out, he gave me a copy of Logic. So that's what I
rad.
started using, and dude, I love it
Uh-huh.
because it's
Oh,
like
it's
it's so
nice,
like
man.
going from one to the other. Like there's a little bit of learning to do because there's so much more to it, but
Yeah.
it's laid out
You
exactly
get a
the same. I
lot.
love it.
You
Yeah.
get a lot more control, and then like you can change like synthesizers and stuff like that,
Yeah.
which is what I like. I can create like any sound I
Oh,
really
yeah.
want to.
That's sick.
I've made like 808s, the bass, all that stuff on a synthesizer too. Just kind of
Yeah.
fucking around, making deep sounds.
Yeah. Now, do you use just like the stock plugins, or do you
I
buy?
I branch out. I'm usually buy more like vocal effects than
That's probably the biggest like thing for
yeah,
For your
especially
production.
for like producing and then audio engineering.
Yeah.
There's a very big difference that I don't think people fully grasp. And because there's two totally different things. You try adding compressors and stuff like that, and it'll get confusing real quick.
Oh, yeah.
That, and then especially with like EQs, and
That's
then
why I don't
limiters,
do it.
Yep.
reverb, all that stuff.
Yep.
And
Me
then
and
you gotta
Liam
learn
look
how to get
clueless.
a voice set up right, or a certain bass or synth or whatever. Trying to get that set up right is important, in my opinion. But I buy like halftime. I got halftime, kind of chop up loops, all that kind of stuff. I got some pianos. I got a fucking xylophone plug-in that was free.
Dude,
I
I
just
love
got some
xylophones.
weird shit.
There's a lot of xylophones in some of my music. To tell you the
yeah,
truth.
That's
That and
nice.
there's a stock piano in Logic. It's like the Bossendorfer Grand
Yeah,
Piano. That's
yeah.
the like I've had some plugins that were like piano, different stuff like that. That's like the best, and it's a stock Logic plugin. And like anytime I use piano in any songs, I use it because it just
just real
sounds so
rich.
good.
I like it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It sounds like an actual like live piano.
That one
as
I
close
thought-
as you can get in like
Right.
a,
What I thought was cool
Bassy.
about Logic,
Yeah.
They're never bassy enough.
what I thought about cool was with Logic too, was with the sampler, you can get like certain regions of like the world. Like there's an Asian flute under like Asia. There's
Oh, yeah.
all kinds of just random different.
When's that
sounds.
going in?
It's actually in a couple songs.
It's already in.
That's hard.
Hey, what's
If
the
you
what's
can get
the
a flute-
band that you guys had on here this one time? I was listening to something. This band, I don't even know.
It was
what
in one of your promotion kind of things. I think, at the
Worst
very
Kept
beginning.
Secret?
That's
Yes,
who it is.
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
were fire. I was listening to it.
Yeah, those are our boys right there.
Yeah, the guy who produced the album that Bender, like the intro song, came from is the guy who I worked with, and I'm actually still working with him in his studio out of Bridgeport.
Nice.
And he's the one who got me like Logic and all that. So honestly, if it wasn't for
Shout
him,
out
I
to
wouldn't
them.
have any of that shit. Like, you
Yeah.
know. So he's
Shout
taught
out
me.
to
He's taught me a lot. But for podcasting, I just learned everything on YouTube. I was like, how to do basic podcasting with base Logic plugins without anything special.
Yeah.
Didn't want to buy anything else. And honestly, I think it sounds pretty good for
your
like
compressor
Logic, like
quality's
you know,
up there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I appreciate
Nice.
it.
Yeah.
Nice. That's the magic of Daniel. That's all Daniel.
Especially if you
Yeah.
get like compression boxes or whatever, and just kind of get some of the electrical mics, because that was my biggest problem. And I think if you can get control of like white noise or electronical noise and stuff like that, and get
Yes.
limiters right, you're good.
I finally-
your guys' quality is pretty good. That, and you guys also have top notch shit, so that helps.
I finally figured out you know what sidechain compression is? Yeah, I finally figured that out like a few weeks ago because I kept hearing it in videos and stuff like sidechain compression. And I was like, what the fuck is this? And you start like getting into it, and so it's a lot of work to set it up, but once you set it up and get it tuned in right, it's beautiful how you can just
What is it? Side chain
Side-
compression?
side chain compression. Basically, so say my microphone here. You put side chain compression on this microphone, but you're not compressing this. You're compressing everything else. So you're compressing those 4 microphones to bring down the background noise.
Yeah, man.
So like if you sneeze over there and it's, you know, it's coming through just like if I'm the one talking, it's going to compress that noise. So it's kind of a cool like little
I use noise gate.
It's very
noise gate's good.
Like I tighten up noise gate and then just have like the gains. I turn the gain up electronically through a plug-in, and then I just bring down the level.
Yeah.
On a leveler.
See, I don't like I use the noise gate in Logic sometimes, but like for this, I can't tune it quite right to where it gets it like clean enough.
Exactly.
Like, because then it'll just like randomly come in and go.
It'll
like
sound
you know,
choppy.
It sounds very choppy. So I don't
I hear
use
you.
it a lot. I did it at first, and it just I don't like it.
Yeah.
I'd have to like actually buy a good noise gate to do it. But
Especially because I have like how I have my mic set up for these guys. It's like that.
Yeah.
Because like it'll come through the DAW like Logic.
Yeah.
It'll come through with like it's very quiet, but I have 3 different compressors going.
Yeah,
So,
so
it's
you-
it's loud, but then when you put the noise gate on it, it just ruins it. And
Just
there's like
ruin it, yeah.
nothing. It's crazy.
yeah.
They're overpowered. That's definitely sure. If you can find the right balance for it, I think they're great though.
Oh yeah, for sure. Sorry to get technical, Chris, in there. But you're
We just
smoking.
lost you
Your
guys.
ears are smoking down there.
You lost us.
I'm just over here like I don't give a fuck.
Like, what he does, I don't know what he be doing, but he does it. That's
Yeah.
Just
Like, we'll be
keep
sitting
doing
there,
you, man.
He'll
Just
be
keep
like,
doing
"All right,
what you're doing.
I'm gonna turn up this. I'm gonna turn down that. I'm gonna flatten this. I'm just like, bro, you know what to do. Just
I
like,
provide the lyrics and the rest. You got the other stuff.
he's over here dragging stuff. Like he has like 3 TVs set up. They're all linked to the same. He's like dragging stuff in different corners. corners.
All of them connected.
Man,
Yeah.
I get
Just seeing wave files in your sleep.
he's got 4 screens in his room.
Yeah, no, he has one
Right.
below his feet, like flat. So whenever he's playing the game, he can look down and see what's going on. He has 2 next.
Oh, I got a lot. I
He
got a
has
lot.
2 next to him and 1 over across the room for no reason.
And then
Just
he
like-
just
no,
bought a
no, okay.
MacBook.
yeah, he just bought a MacBook so he can lay in
I
his
was,
bed too.
I was making shit on the way here. It's awesome.
Never
I love
stops.
it.
Never
Exactly.
stops.
If I'm not working out, making or playing video games, I'm probably making music.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, like we'll be in school, right? And we'll get like 4 text messages. We have a group message where he just sends over files, and we're just like, okay, yeah, we want that one. We just like start writing to it a little bit, and then he'll be like, oh, I just made 4 more. We're like, okay, send them, and he sends them. I'm sitting in my 3rd period. Everyone's running laps and stuff in gym. I just have my headphones in. I'm like, oh, okay, Braden, okay, Braden. And start texting them, and Chase is like dibs. He always be calling dibs because he gets better reception sometimes.
Thanks, Sprint. Pieces of shit.
Definitely, I got Sprint. It's terrible.
Yeah, I got AT&T, but it still don't cut it at the school.
Oh god, dude, AT&T. Like in here, I don't know. Like, what's my service right now? Typically, it's 1 bar. No, I've got 2 right now. Typically, like in this
good
house,
day.
for some
Good
reason,
day.
after they updated the towers in Fairmont, it used to get full. Whenever it was 4G, whenever they upgraded to LTE, it's like 1 bar. I'm like, what the fuck? It's supposed to be an upgrade. Like, I can do more on 5
I'm
bars
Verizon.
of 4G.
I'm Verizon. I got 4 bars right now.
Yeah, see, it's so like,
Verizon's terrible.
yeah, I know. It's like,
Look at Sprint coming up. I got 4 bars on fucking LTE.
I got 3. Come on now.
I'm making I'm good.
you're fucking AT&T.
But like by my
man.
house, there's an AT&T tower. Like conveniently, we moved last year, and apparently there's an AT&T tower. So I'll be like sitting in my room, and I have unlimited, so I don't even use Wi-Fi. That's like for the game solely.
Yeah,
and I
yeah.
get 5 out of 5 bars all the time.
What's really awesome is that you moved conveniently as soon as I'm literally
Oh, bro,
2 houses
he
away from
moved
him.
to my old neighborhood next door to me. Next
Literally
door.
2 houses away. He could have walked up whenever.
After, like right after you moved.
Like
Yeah.
he moved
Right
to
after,
his dad's
basically, yeah.
months ago. I moved not even a year ago.
That's
He was waiting on you to get out of the neighborhood.
that's what it was.
I'm like, Mom, move back. Let's go.
A nuisance.
Back it up.
Can't be productive and prolific with this shit going on next door.
Liam's a nuisance.
Oh gosh, I'm probably the loudest one in the neighborhood though now.
Oh no.
now that he's gone.
Now
Definitely.
that I'm gone.
Yeah.
So you guys all live in Morgantown?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I live. Yeah. Technically.
Pretty much Morgantown.
Yeah, I live like 15 minutes from here. I live like on Fairmont Road, like in between here and Morgantown.
Okay.
And he just lives out in Westover, and he be living all the way in Cheat Lake. But that's not really even all the way. I used to live there. I mean,
That is true.
it's just
Yeah.
like
It's
all
a
the way
stretch
now.
from your house now. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's
It's
out
a
in the middle
grip.
of nowhere.
Be dropping so much money in gas money because I go to his house like
yeah.
every other day.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, if he comes up there, chances are he's probably staying because he doesn't want to burn gas
yeah.
going back.
Yep. It's like my band is, we practice in Morgantown. We just rented a spot up in Morgantown, but I live in Clarksburg. Like, well, actually about 10 minutes south of Clarksburg. So round trip, it's 100 miles. And then we practice twice a week. So it's like, it gets a little pricey.
Okay, I'll catch up to you for sure.
Yeah, for sure. That's why you got to get on that perk points system.
Yeah.
Oh, I've got, like the sheets and like, I've got the
Gotta get that
Giant
discount
Eagle,
fuel.
Be signing up
all
for
that kind of stuff.
everything.
Yeah. Like I got all sorts of gas
Got a
cards.
second keychain of
Yeah,
just
I
all
was gonna
those
say.
little cards on it.
I was going to say, bet your shit's just
Gotta save.
flooded. full
Yep.
of-
That's
Hold
when you
on,
know
let me
you're.
find
That's
it.
when you know you're hitting that old man status. You're like, man, I gotta save 20 cents per
I
gallon
get
this
that
week.
Sheets Freak so I can get like the 5 cents off. Or whatever it is.
He be calling me an old head because I got a Big Lots rewards card and use it. Like he be
You
always
are an old head.
and he always say I'm old because I like to chill on the porch. Like who doesn't like to chill on a
Man,
porch?
he be reading the newspaper
I
on the
don't read
toilet.
the newspaper.
If it's a nice day, I love a good porch chill.
Right? That's
have-
what I'm saying.
Yeah, I love
Old
a good porch
ass.
chill.
Reading the obituaries on the toilet, taking a shit.
Yeah, I don't got no newspaper,
Funnies.
but I do read the news on my phone, like the Snap news.
Oh, yeah.
That's not really
Seeing,
news.
a little bit more
Getting the
realistic.
mug shots,
Yeah.
seeing who's recently gone to
Which
jail.
rappers went to jail?
That's
For real.
fucking
In the last
great.
month.
Or your buddy from high school, you know.
In the last like 2 months, so many people have like not like they're gone.
Like
jail.
top artists,
Yeah.
like number
I
one
don't know
Billboard
why.
artists
Y'all-
have been
y'all
getting
just
locked
need to
up,
stick to
dying,
the music.
ODing.
Stick to
That's what I
the
mean,
music.
man.
But listen, if I ever
Getting
got,
caught up in some image bullshit.
if I ever got this, like if I ever got to be able to produce music at like a large scale like that and had that many listeners, I wouldn't be doing stupid shit that could get me arrested. You're getting paid millions of dollars
Right.
to literally write songs.
Right. Now
Why-
you made it.
yeah,
You
you're
have
there.
to fuck this up now.
I think a lot of people get bored whenever it comes to that. Like
Yeah.
they
I think so.
they have
That's
you know
a good
they've
point.
they've made it to where they want to be, but they didn't have any plans beyond that. So they're there. They've got this money. So what do I do? Like
surround
you're
themselves
doing
with yes
drugs
men.
and, you know,
Fuck that. If you
Yeah.
bored, go build a bowling alley or something.
yeah, exactly.
Actually, like
Go volunteer.
Facts. Do something.
that's why you guys had her on the show, Blockstar.
Oh, yeah. TK.
She's awesome.
She's
Yeah, she is.
I just like how she's
Her
willing to give-
hustle is on a different
Be
level.
That, and
grinding.
I don't see her acting like a fucking moron. She's
Yep.
giving back to her community. She's doing good things.
Huge in the
That's
community.
I fully respect that, man. If you can like wherever you're starting out or wherever, and that's where you called home and that's where you've grown up, all that stuff, and you're able to give back to that community, that says a lot about you and who you are as a person, in my opinion. So
For sure.
yeah, definitely, I like her aspect on that, and she's
Yeah.
always out doing her thing. So I
Always.
definitely like that.
I always say if I ever get enough money, my mom's getting a Benz because I have wrecked, like not wrecked, but in the week span I drove my mom's car, I probably backed up into like 3 things. There was one point whenever like my dad told me to move the car like 5 years ago, I somehow hit my dad's car into my mom's car, and like they were pissed.
Nah,
But,
he's
like,
I'm
You got a
assuming-
heavy foot, man. You got a heavy foot.
Okay.
Hey,
lying.
he put himself onto that one.
so
I
like,
didn't say anything.
if I ever make money, that's the first purchase because I owe it to her out of all the damage.
Your
she's
fir-
paid.
almost
It's some
killed
body
herself.
work.
Your first purchase needs to be a fucking driver.
Bro, no, I got a car and
I thought we were gonna fucking die on the way.
I failed my permit test like 5 times. I just got my license in like December 4th or something like
Lord,
that.
he's blaming
and, like,
himself.
And then like I get a car
wrong
for
with that.
Christmas. Not even 2 weeks later, I end up rolling it. I
Man,
rolled
he
it
Yeah,
told
twice.
it.
that was
Almost killed himself. I'm glad I wasn't in a damn car. I would've
Yeah,
slapped
but then
your
like
ass.
What happened?
so I was going around the turn and it was like kind of slick out and my right tire had a bad ball bearing or something.
Yeah.
And the wheel just wouldn't turn left. And there was like a cliff right here. And if I stayed straight, I'm going off a cliff. Like, okay, I'd rather die
Right.
on the road than fall 50 feet to my death.
Right.
And then it was a big left, so I just ripped it. It wouldn't go left. My strong ass just ripped it left and rolled that bitch. I don't know.
So that wasn't technically your fault, though. It was
a lesser of two
territorial
evils.
area.
No,
Yeah.
but,
that was-
but when he
It's
first
still
started
scary,
driving, he was driving fast as hell. Now he drives slow as hell.
Yeah.
Oh,
But see, I
he's
wasn't even
learned.
It's that
driving
old
fast
man
that day.
thing.
I wasn't even driving
Too much in
fast
the
that day. Yeah, no.
He's learned though.
Yeah.
He
He
knows.
learned his
Yeah,
lesson.
it takes some
Exactly.
time. Some people don't. Like my little sister's crazy. Like still, and she's been driving for years now. But man, like
It's the heavy foot, man. It's,
Yeah.
it's slow your roll.
But
I
it
mean,
takes one bad time to
it.
correct yourself.
That's it.
It's unfortunate that has to come to that, but it's for some people, man, it's a
Sometimes
it's a
it's gotta
shake up.
happen.
you need to get hit in the mouth now.
Like after that
As
wreck,
a boxer,
like,
you get that.
like after that wreck, like I was like, damn, I could have died. Like
Yeah.
the cop
Oh,
told
yeah.
me. The cop literally told me, he's like, I've seen 5 wrecks here and only one other person walked away alive. I was like, are you serious? Like, and that just like
Some places got like the Malouk put on them. You know what I mean? It's like there's
Yeah.
just way too high volume of accidents in this one little
Well, it's
stretch.
because it's like this big ass turn, but there's like 30 potholes in a 15-foot span. So you're sitting there dodging potholes, right?
Yeah.
If it's slick, you're flipping. It's
West
That's just this
Virginia.
whole state.
Yeah, oh, yeah, West
Country
Virginia.
road.
Man,
it's like, have you
this
guys played the
down.
new Fallout game?
I tried it. It's West Virginia based, isn't it?
Yeah, I
I
have
was gonna
it.
say the only thing they got accurate in that game is the fucking roads.
No.
It really is. Like it really.
My friend's grandmother has a shop over in
yeah.
Westover. It's on the game.
on the
We
game.
were
Oh,
like,
really?
what the hell?
What?
It was
That's
crazy.
dope.
One of her most sold items, like a little house, like random as hell, is inside that building. That is her building.
Yeah, it's
there's like a
dope.
little house on display right there that she has at her place.
That's really cool.
Shout
I
out
mean,
to
Bethesda, the people
Shout
who
out
make that, are
Developers
located
are
in
cruising
Man
through
Code.
there.
Yeah. I mean, they're located in Maryland, the people who developed the game, so they're close, which blows my mind because for some reason in the game, Elkins is north of Morgantown.
Western Virginia, Daniel. Who gives a shit?
It's like, yes, there's nuclear fallout, but it's not going to move an entire city north of another
Yeah,
city.
right.
Like,
World's flat. I said it first.
You have people.
Or Kyrie Irving.
I just
Oh,
folded the paper. I
God,
just
here
folded
we
the
go.
paper.
There we go.
You have people that have like been to like Virginia before, and then like they're living like the West Coast now. This doesn't look anything like Virginia. It's like
well,
you're in
once
the
you
wrong
get over the
fucking state.
once you get over the mountains, it's completely different. I mean,
Oh, it's crazy,
it's
yeah.
a different type of landscape.
I'm from California, so coming here is drastically
Oh, I
different
bet.
because out there it is far as your eye can see flat.
Yeah.
I'm from Jersey, so I'm used to the shitty roads already.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah,
The
yeah.
roads in New Jersey and West Virginia, worst places I've been. I almost said best. Shittiest roads. Don't go. If you drive,
No question.
Make somebody else drive.
Your wheels aren't safe.
Uber.
Yeah, I just can't wait to drive to senior trip because I ain't gonna have to swerve every 2 seconds. It's like we're going down to the beach.
Yeah, that's right.
Hell yeah. So, what else you guys got going on?
Staying busy.
Music.
Trying to pass high school is what's going on.
Yeah.
Music.
So you just got a few months left.
Yeah. That's
What a
the
weird
worst part.
time. That was just it's a weird transitional time.
It's like you mentally are ready to be done and you feel like you're done, but at the same time I'm like, damn, I got 2 tests tomorrow, but I'm done. Like I'm done.
Yeah.
I don't wanna study for this.
It's that mindset.
Senioritis.
Yep.
Oh, bro, I've had senioritis since freshman year. I hate school so much. I hate everybody in that school. It's
Well, you're on your way out, man.
Oh, yeah.
You're on your way out. They
that's
can all
the best
kiss your
part.
ass.
Facts.
Who's going naked underneath the robe at graduation? Who's rocking that?
Probably, if it's anyone, it's
If it's anyone, it's Liam.
definitely.
Nah, I'm gonna do some corny shit and like dance across that stage once I get my nipple over. Like,
God,
Yeah.
shake Stewart's hand and just start
don't even
going
want
at
to be
it.
there. See,
I'm hitting that
cringiest
Bobby
fucking
Schmurder.
No, you know I'm gonna be dripping there too, and I'm not talking about dressing nice. I'm talking there was no AC on last year. I'm gonna be sweating big,
Oh, shit.
Dude, the Coliseum gets so hot during it's so bad.
and like they were sweating. I'm 275 pounds. I'm gonna be sweating.
Yeah.
He's a big
Yeah.
dude, man.
I sweat and take a test. They think I'm nervous or something. I'm just getting hot.
Yeah.
His car is like the coldest thing right now too.
Oh yeah, I had the AC
Freezing.
bumping. As
I
low
was
as it can
loving
get.
it.
Man, it's nice out today though.
Yeah,
Fuck.
it is.
All right, so
really
what's
is.
up with that? Like, what for real? What is wrong with the weather? What is wrong with Mother Nature? Who pissed her
About
off?
to die.
Climate change, man.
Who broke her heart? Father Time's done some messed up shit, but who broke Mother Nature's heart? Because I'm telling you, I went one day driving my windows down, left them cracked, came out in the morning, there was fucking snow on my seat. I was like, what's going on? Like, it was that crazy last
March has been fucked up.
It's
It's been a
weird,
fucked
man.
up month. Because February we thought it was done, and March hit and was like, nah, dude.
That groundhog's drunk
St.
as hell.
St. Patty's Day is a long way away.
Yeah.
Reminding you of that.
Oh, whoa.
We got
St.
our-
Patty's Day is close. I'm
Oh,
Irish.
don't get
17th.
Liam riled. That's
Listen,
his
like,
thing.
17th.
all right, listen. I may not even be. I'm not even like half Irish. I'm like,
We're all Irish on St. Patty's Day.
right? I'm probably like 25% Irish, but I take it to the most unnecessary level just because I can. Like,
Just,
Beer,
just coming ignorant
beer
with it.
wearing green and orange. The whole day, I'm like, oh, here we
I
go.
FaceTimed his ass. I was like, listen, what I got for St. Patty's Day, I had on like a Irish flag headband with these wristbands with like an Irish flag cape. And he was like, bro, he just hung up. He didn't even have time for it.
Dude's room is covered in Conor McGregor posters.
He's like, you
Man,
know,
look-
Shamrock
Look at
Ninja.
this man.
Oh shit.
You know I had to take a picture.
I don't hate that.
If he ever says something,
It looks
it's
like he
going
just
up.
got done punching the meat at the butcher,
Look,
but
and then he's on his anime shit.
Oh lord.
He was like, bro, you look like a Shamrock Ninja. I was like, hey, but what they know about them Shamrock shakes, Braden?
Oh,
he
God.
told me, he's like, bro, today's the day they come back. We went straight over there at 1 a.m. and got a Shamrock shake.
Hell
It
no.
was gas.
did it live up to it?
Oh, it lived up to it.
It's
never
that's the thing about Mickey D's. It's
machine
pretty
was broke.
consistent.
You're not wrong. That machine's broken. I want to see it not working.
Man, my first job was at McDonald's, bro. Never again. When that
What's your
machine
worst? What's your worst working in fast food story?
worst story? All right.
All right.
I'm in the back drive-through, where you take money, and this lady comes through. She's arguing on the phone, and I'm looking at her, waiting for her to hand me the money. She full on throws the money at me, so I grab it. And I'm like, bitch, and I threw it back at her. I was like, you can take that somewhere else. And then my manager came back there, and
No way.
the lady she was all with me. My manager was like, yeah, bitch. And the lady ended up just leaving. Man, if it was any time I wanted to hit somebody.
You don't want to talk about job stories with me. I'm
I kinda
notorious.
do.
In the
He's not
friend-
a worker.
We kind of do.
I'm notorious in the friend group with getting fired for stupid shit. Like it's like my first job, I worked at a restaurant. All right, now.
All right. This is what we're gonna do. We're gonna share our most terrible food service story.
Like
starting with
from
you.
us
Shit.
or us starting
Starting with
When you worked in the industry, what is the most fucked up, terrible, unforgivable
pause.
thing?
All right, so my
That
man
you got.
Matt, they should have never let me. All right, we finessed it. It's my bro. We told her that we lived together. Like, we had to ride everywhere together, so they put us on the same shift, right? Well, we're 16. One of us was 16, one of us was 17. So she's like leaving the store in charge and stuff like this. This man Matt decides she wants a vanilla blizzard, some weird blizzard. This man Matt was like, I ain't never had it before. Leans over and takes a bite of it before he gives it to her, and she caught him. She was like,
spoon back in.
sticks the spoon back in, and she's like, are you serious right now? Are you really gonna do that right here? And he was like, do what? Like, he tried to play it off. His ice cream on his lip. He's wiping it off.
What's wrong?
He acts like nothing happened. She sends a complaint in, and Jan came out there and chewed our ass out. Oh no!
great.
One time he got so mad he punted a like I never saw somebody kick an ice cream blizzard at a wall.
Did the blizzard stay in the cup?
No, it did not.
Make a new one.
It didn't pass that.
Because they be flipping that shit upside down when they give it to you. Little tricksters.
When Ron worked there, fucking, so he turned it upside down. The girl called him out on it. He goes back and he literally just like turns around so she can't see him, and then just starts making noise like with his mouth and shit. And it's like, here you go.
Bro, like
I saw that. I was like, that's fucking awesome.
I can't even like us working at Dairy Queen was the worst thing ever. Like, it was smart, it was fun, but you know how much food I ate since I worked there, bro?
Oh, dude.
Bro,
It's a curse.
Yeah, no, because Matt was over there cooking the ice cream, and I'm over here with the fries and the chicken. I'm sitting here
Those
snacking a
chicken
tender
finger.
Cooking up that
with the
ice cream.
gravy.
You don't stop. You just run out of chicken
used to
fingers.
eat everything. Liam used to eat everything. I used to come in there trying to get some.
And we gave out so
all
much
gone.
free ice cream, bro. That was like, we were the plug. You know how many friends came through every day on their way to baseball practice and just coming through? They're like, "Hey man, you got the fries and
that
the cone."
cool- you gotta
I was like,
get
"Bro,
that
you want
cool
tenders
treats."
too?" He's like, it was fun.
All right, what about you? What do you got?
Oh Lord, I've never worked in food industry, but I have a pretty awesome story.
All right.
So me and my friend Jackson were at this place. I won't put him completely on blast because I partly know the owner. But so there's I guess a guy, I guess you'd say, because he identifies as a man. So he say he's a switch hitter. So,
I got you.
but he'll like on his Facebook page when you like pull him up, he looks like a girl. So I don't know what the hell that is, but
He's just doing him.
Yeah, you do your own thing.
Yeah, he's
I
doing
don't-
him.
I don't care about that as long as you're not doing what he did. So as we're walking in, we have friends that work there, and apparently he was deciding to check us out, me and my friend Jackson. And then he comes over, starts asking how we're doing. After we already heard, he was trying to like, or he was checking us out or whatever. And then as we're leaving, we like started grabbing each other's asses and shit, just like walking out. That one was weird because that's never really happened. Like a dude
Wait, why
coming
y'all
over
grabbing
trying to.
asses?
That's like the only bad thing I've ever had about like that.
Bro.
I mean, I don't care for it, but I was just like one of those weird things. Like you're a business, like you work for someone and you don't want to be portraying that image.
My 16-year-old
Especially.
self working at a restaurant. I've always been a decently sized person. And my boss was about 5'8", 44 years old. He looked like Stitch off Lilo and Stitch. He was an ugly ass dude, and he tried to tell me he said take the trash out, right? So I start moving the trash out. I mean, he's my boss. I'm not gonna be rude, but I'm not gonna let anybody disrespect me now. That's not what he did. I started moving the trash. He was in the way. He was like, take the fucking trash out. Da da da. I was like, all right. So I run over his foot. His ignorant ass tried to grab me. Bro, I threw him up
see how
against
big
his
this man
office wall. 16-year-old me just bitched this 44-year-old dude, threw him against the wall. He left and didn't come back. I come in. I had scheduled time off. I went to BMR for the weekend. I come back. My name's not on the schedule. And I come in there, and he's like, you're fired. I was like, all right. I was like, you better have my check tomorrow, or the same thing's going to happen. So
He's throwing threats out there.
I came back tomorrow. My check was
Yada,
right
yada,
in there.
yada. I got into the collection business.
Think
What
there was a
about
little
y'all?
bit.
What about y'all? I want to hear food. story.
Yeah,
All
yeah.
right, I got a little something. I got a little something. In college, I worked at this Tex-Mex establishment in Morgantown, right? No longer in business,
Was
so
it
it
Chili's?
doesn't really matter. It don't really matter. Tex-Mex spot. Me and essentially my core group of buddies, we all kind of took this place over surely. Like it started, this guy came on, then he put this guy on. Before he knew it, like the whole staff was just a goon squad of me and my buddies. And there was this one dude, and I honestly hated him. If there was that point in my life that like I could consider like my nemesis, this guy probably would have been it. And we just had it out all the time. All the time we'd have it out. And one day, my boy, who also hated his guts, was like, yo, man, Bill's going to come in here and he's going to make himself a burrito. So I'm going to piss in these beans.
Oh, man.
And I was like,
Filthy.
wait, what? And he was like,
Filthy.
I mean, I already pissed in the beans.
Oh, you got the dub on
So
the
don't
story?
be eating them beans. Don't be eating them beans.
Tell
I'm
me
like,
he ate him.
I'm like, oh no, man, just don't. So meanwhile, we're waiting for this character to show up. And there was a sweetheart server who worked there. She beeline for the beans because she was a vegetarian. You know what I mean? She was just trying to get a little pre-shift grub in. It was like a movie, like slow motion, like, no, don't do it.
Sorry, Mom.
And you like dove and like hit the fucking spoon out of her hand. And she's like, what's going on? It's like, just don't ask any questions. You just don't want
Don't eat them
this.
damn beans.
Yeah, I can't tell you everything because there's a plan unfoiling right now.
I'm so glad she didn't get a bite of that.
So Bill came in, right? Bill comes in, and I'm like, dude, I can't even be in this kitchen when this happens because I'm gonna lose it and I'm gonna ruin it. So I went down. We all kind of went downstairs, and we were like kind of looking around the corner, like, there he is. Look at him put them fucking beans in there. Motherfucker doesn't even know that he's gonna get it. Dude, we watched this guy fold it up all nice, dress it with the sauce, put his little cheese on there, put it in the oven so it gets all melty. Came out, it looked beautiful. He goes out to the dining room and puts a little napkin in his shirt, you know what I mean? He's sitting down there, cuts him off a big old piece. And dude, it was like a movie. He cuts this end of the burrito off and goes to put it in his mouth, and the beans are like leaking out of it. They're like leaking out of this fucking burrito. And he went and took a bite, and it was just like, it just dripped
Tell me he
down
didn't
his
like
face.
it. Tell me he didn't like it.
He ate the whole motherfucker. He ate the whole motherfucker. And my buddy who pissed in the beans, afterwards, he's like, hey man, what was in that burrito? And he was like, oh, yeah, I put a little steak in there, you know, this, that, and the
A little
other.
bit of
And he was like, yeah, he's like, you just got fucked up. He was like, Ill Bill got the grill filled, the cum spill. I pissed in those beans, dude.
Wasn't that in the song?
Dude, the look on this guy's face, you could have
Furious.
kicked him. You could have straight up kicked him in the dick like you're kicking down a door, and he wouldn't have reacted the same way.
Was he pissed?
No, he was sick. Just sick. Like you could tell, like his knees, like you were in his head, like the psychology of what happened just almost crippled
Face
his
just
foundation.
glowing.
Damn. That's funny.
Needless to say, he left for the day.
Needless to say, you got the dub for the story.
Yeah.
I've never heard some stuff like that. That's funny.
I don't support random food terrorism, but I got a little public service announcement to all the little boys and girls and parents out there. Don't fuck with people who make your food. You thought that waiting was funny. You thought waiting was funny. I'm glad you thought it was funny. They were teaching you lessons in that movie. And if you don't listen to
Shit
the
happens.
lessons, you're going to get fucked up. I've seen a guy. I'm going to tell you another story. I once watched the sweetest girl like get made cry by a customer one time, and we were like, what happened? They're like, oh, there's this fucking drunk guy and he's just fucking terrible human. So we gave his carne asada steak what we call the full marinade.
Oh, boy.
Step one of the full marinade. My main man, who was washing dishes for a good 6-7 hours up to this point, decided he was going to give it a nice little scrote seasoning. You know what I mean? Dropping balls
Hell no.
on that steak. Meat on meat, gentlemen. Meat on meat.
Damn.
Then we handed it off to our boy for step two. The guy worked in the prep kitchen and stuff like that, and sometimes he would take, put a little bandit in, you know what I mean? So he added to the marinade with a nice smokeless tobacco red wine base that we just let the steak kind of, just soak in all those flavors and carcinogens and all the terrible things that the FDA warns you about. We made sure those things were in the motherfucking steak. And you know how they say in waiting, a garnish of alfalfa sprouts?
Oh man.
Bro, no. You're not. You got a little dash. You give a little dash of it.
They got a little extra puby paprika
Oh man.
in that motherfucker. So the guy, you know, we make the presentation look real nice too, and because that's the thing. If you're gonna fuck someone in the food terrorism, the presentation has got to be off the
yeah,
chain.
or they're gonna know something's up.
You got to camouflage the terrorism, like it's the kamikaze. Like you never see it coming.
That's what Bush did, right?
yeah.
I mean, what?
But he,
My man's Bush.
we watched this fucking drunk bastard eat every fucking piece of that shit. There was no meat on that plate. Like the pubes that were intermingled in the pico de gallo and everything like that.
My
You know,
teeth
and they're
are-
like, well, how did he not know the pubes are like in his mouth? We sauteed the pubes.
so they were all blended.
So they were little, so they didn't have the coarse hair in your mouth.
Yeah,
They
it
just
was
would
just-
slip right down your gullet.
God damn.
So kids, if you ever want to put pubes on someone's food, you got to saute them a little first. Make sure
take
they go
notes.
down
You guys let that
smooth.
guy fucking have it.
Might wanna
Take
write
notes.
So don't fuck with people that are making your food.
Definitely
Be
do.
nice. If you're not very nice, just go buy frozen pizza and make it your fucking self. Save yourself the heartbreak and the dysentery.
Cook your own damn food. That's the lesson. learned.
Cook your own damn food.
Hey, that's my big ass. That's my problem. Is that I don't be making all that much money, but most of it, 80% of it, goes to food.
Yeah, that's true. So we're getting ready to wrap it up, fellas. What one last time, tell everyone where they can find you. Go around the table and plug your shit.
Can I
All
not,
right,
like, talk about my food thing?
Oh, wait.
Like, come
You
on,
got
man.
Yeah,
one?
no, let him
Lay it
go.
on.
I don't know. Well, you just sitting there.
And it's right along the same lines as yours, but it wasn't directed as one person. And it wasn't me that did it. It was a buddy of mine when we worked at McDonald's.
Oh boy, a general terrorist.
Yeah, it was. He went to quit, and we were closing up, and he got like the ladder, get up on top of the, clean on top of all the machines, and he got up in the milkshake machine, pissed in the milkshake machine, and just left it.
Just left it.
Now I'm not going to say which McDonald's or what year,
Oh yeah, no.
but it wasn't anywhere around here, so don't worry about it.
Good.
Well, in this vicinity, it's a couple cities away, south. So yeah,
Tell you
but
what,
yeah.
here, let's cut these mics and you tell me where that shit's at so we never go.
Beware of
That
the
was,
Mick Cafe, my
yeah.
friends.
Yeah.
Stay away from the Mick Cafe.
That was back before they were, always just not working. They always had ice cream back then. This was like right out of high school. I guess it was.
You think it fucked with
14
the
years ago.
consistency? You think it came out a little runny?
I don't know. I didn't stick around long enough to find out. There were cameras in
me
that place, dude. I left too.
I'm not being associated with this.
Oh Lord.
So-
That's awesome.
Anyway, continue with the ending.
Yeah, no. Just you guys have been fucking awesome today. This was a lot of fun.
Thank you for having
man.
us, for real.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're welcome, guys. Just real quick, plug where people can find you.
All right, so I'm Liam. My name is I go by Big Lee, of course. But you can find me on SoundCloud. Let Me Talk's gonna be on the 20th. It'll be out by the time you hear this.
On everything, all
on
platforms.
everything, all platforms. You'll figure it out. Braden.
Braden, BDL Beats. You guys kind of get the gist of what I do. Anyone wants to work, awesome. I'm all for it. Hit me up on Instagram, BDL Beats, and we'll talk from there. But one thing too, because I know my mother's listening. Mom, I love you. I hope California-
Sorry, Mom.
I hope,
Yeah.
hope California's treating you well. Hopefully, I didn't fucking hurt your ears any.
I missed the
Love
dog. All right. It's at ChaseVibes on everything. You can catch me on everything: SoundCloud, YouTube, Apple, Spotify, Tidal, whatever you want to look at.
Premium Snapchat.
My Snapchat might be premium. Yeah, at ChaseVibes, Instagram, Twitter, all that. Be ready for this album. It's coming out soon.
Now, what's it gonna be called again?
Heartache Hill.
Yes.
Heartache Hill.
We're coming.
Glad that we were here to
We
decide
coming,
that
bro.
today.
Y'all
'cause I
are
like
awesome,
that.
though. Y'all are awesome.
Yeah.
Forgot to say this, but yeah, you can have my snap. Lee Patfo, LIPAT.
Oh, there you go. There you go. Only if they're ready.
we'll link everything in
And
down
If you're
below.
ready.
All my music, most of it's gonna be Braden producing. So y'all go check
That's what I
out
do.
at BDL Beats too. All the songs I made, that's on the album BDL Beats.
And if y'all trying to work with him, like for real, he will do whatever you ask him to, beat wise. Like some people try and push people over and like make what they want, but I came in there with one of the songs we made. I said, I want you to put the pacer test in there. No reason.
great.
He was like, okay. Like, didn't even think twice. Pulled it up, did whatever I wanted with it. There's a little binks in there.
Getting
and
the
everything.
most,
Yeah.
getting the most out of whoever they are.
Yeah.
That's
A
awesome.
lot of producers aren't like that. They'll
think
be
we-
like, "Nah, it's not going to sound good."
Keep
It's like,
that. Keep that,
Yeah.
man.
I think we made like 2 country songs for no reason. Just
Yeah.
because we were bored and
Crazy.
being
Now-
chased.
now-
B-sides. Be ready for those B-sides.
Now, if somebody comes in with just an absolutely like horrible idea, be a producer. But if they come in with ideas that you can experiment with, go for it. But if it's like you've done it before, or you know it's just not going to work, and you've tried it before, just be like, no.
Oh, yeah, I'm usually
yeah.
honest, but if someone's really like, no, this is what I want to do,
Yeah.
and this is like kind of this is my theory behind it.
Yeah.
I'll hear them out.
Right,
and
right,
I'll
right.
See, but the thing is, if like I can't do it,
Right.
feel free to go someone else.
Horrible
that can.
idea.
Yeah.
I got a jazz album coming out soon. Smooth jazz. I got you
Let's do it.
under my skin.
Come on. Pianos and trumpets, it's coming.
Dig it.
I love Tony Bennett, so I'll need some crowdfunding for
Buy
that.
that. Yep.
Thanks a lot, guys, man. It was a lot of fun today.
Appreciate it.
All right,
man.
man.
Thanks, guys. Good luck.
Yep.
Cuts